Hey friends, I want to welcome you to the House of Plenty Studio Kitchen in downtown Hamilton, Alabama. I'm glad to have you here today. We're going to work on a very quick and easy dish that you can make at any time for a quick dinner or a quick lunch, even when you don't know what to cook and you think you don't have anything in your house. I guarantee you've got the ingredients in your pantry and your refrigerator to make this dish. Tonight, we're going to work on oil, butter, and garlic pasta. So grab a pen and paper, hit pause, use the restroom, get yourself a glass of tea, and then come back and we'll start here. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a pot of water boiling and we're going to salt it heavily. So I've got a large pot here that I've already filled with water, and I'm going to put about 1/3 cup of kosher salt in there. You really want to make sure that the pasta water is salted so that it takes on all of that flavor for when you make your sauce. The next thing we're going to do is prepare some of the elements for our sauce. I've got some garlic cloves here that we're going to mince, and you can use a knife here if you like to chop this up really tiny. You could do sliced garlic if you like larger pieces of garlic, or if you've got a garlic press, you can use that too. Just press that through the press and use the back side of your knife, not the blade, to scrape it off. Oop. We use 3 to 4 cloves of garlic or more depending on how garlicky you like your pasta. I like a lot of garlic, so I'm going to use about 5 of them. And I'm going to do a couple different varieties of garlic here. I've got some chopped, I've got some through the garlic press, and then I'm going to do some slices. And that'll give us some crispy bits of garlic in our sauce. Next, I'm going to grab some parsley. I'm going to move my garlic to the side here. I'm going to chop. I'm going to use about 1/2 bunch of parsley. Our oil, butter, and garlic pasta we're going to make today, I'm using linguine noodles. Any type of pasta will work with this recipe. So whatever you've got in your pantry will work. I've got some linguine. A farfalla or bow tie noodle would be really nice. If you've got spaghetti, certainly you could use spaghetti with this, but I really like the texture of linguine and how the sauce holds onto it. Something with ridges, or something that a tubular shaped pasta that's got little ridges on it will hold the oil, butter, and garlic really nicely. So any type of pasta will work, but I think linguine, for me, is the best one for this. So now we're going to take our components over to the stove. While our water is coming to a boil here, I've got a large saute pan that I'm going to turn on, and this is going to go onto about a medium heat, and we're going to put 4 tablespoons of butter in our pan here, and we're going to do a really generous amount of olive oil, about 1/2 cup. While the olive oil is warming up and the butter is melting, I'm going to season it with some salt and a scrunch of pepper, and then for a little bit of heat, I've got some crushed red pepper, but not too much. Unless you like it really spicy, then you could really go in with about 1/2 tablespoon. Give this a stir here. While that's warming up, I'm going to get working on a little bit of a protein that I want to serve with this pasta. Of course, you could serve this pasta with a salad, and you could do anything with it. You could do some grilled chicken or some fried chicken tenderloins. Some sauteed shrimp would be beautiful, but today I'm making a steak. So I've got 2 ribeyes here that I picked up at the local meat market, and I have just seasoned both sides liberally with salt and pepper. And I've got a cast iron pan here that I'm going to turn on to a medium-high heat, and I'm going to put my other 4 tablespoons of butter in the cast iron pan. All right, so our water has come to a boil, and I'm going to get our pound of linguine put in there, and I'm not breaking the pasta. Don't break your pasta. We're going to let that cook, and then I've got my oil and butter and my crushed red pepper has seasoned in here, so I'm going to add my chopped garlic, and let that start to get toasty. At this point is when you're really going to want to watch this because you don't want your garlic to burn. In my cast iron pan in the back, I've got some garlic cloves here that I'm just going to press to crush them. I'm going to toss them in that oil and butter, and then we're going in with our ribeye steaks. I feel like I need to call a friend to come share this meal with me. Let's give a friend a call. See if he picks up. Isaac.
Hey, John.
Hey, what are you doing?
I just finished up some laundry at the house. What's going on?
Well, how about you come down to the House of Plenty and I'll feed you.
That sounds awesome.
All right, hurry up.
I can head there right now.
Hurry up, wait, listen, do you hear this?
Ooh, that sounds good.
Do you know what I'm making?
What's that?
Well, you'll have to find out when you get here. Let
All right,
the
I'm on my
sizzle
way.
tempt you.
Okay, I'm on my way.
All right, we'll see you soon. All right, we're just gonna give our pasta a toss, make sure it's not sticking together in our water here. I'm keeping an eye on my garlic. It's starting to get toasty, but I don't want it to burn. So if it starts to get too brown, I'm gonna turn the heat off. I'm gonna come in here with my ribeye steaks and I'm gonna pour some of this butter over the top to baste them. Get the garlic up in there, really season those steaks. Now we're just waiting on our pasta to get done. Our garlic here is toasty brown, and I don't want it to burn. We've got just a minute or two left on the pasta, so I'm gonna turn the heat off on our sauce for just a minute. We're wanting our pasta to be al dente. I can tell already this is still stuck together. It's not quite done, it needs another minute or two. You want the pasta to be soft enough to chew, but have just a little bit of bite back. You don't want it to be mushy and overdone. Al dente is what we're looking for. Perfect. Has a little bit of a chew, a little bit of a bite back. We're gonna finish it in our sauce. So I've got my oil, butter, and garlic here. Then I'm gonna turn back on. This time we're gonna go to about a medium low. We've got our pasta here. And I'm gonna add to our sauce. Gonna give that a stir around to coat. Add a little bit more crushed red pepper. A touch more butter. Now I'm gonna make sure to get some of this pasta water in here, about a half a cup. Meanwhile, I think our steaks are done, about medium rare. So I'm gonna turn the heat off. All right, so we've got our pasta water, got a little more butter, and get these noodles tossed up. We're gonna give it a taste, make sure we've got enough salt and pepper. Incredible, that's done. Meanwhile, I'm gonna get my steaks off the heat. Let them rest. We're about ready to serve. I hope Isaac makes it soon. I'm so glad you made it. I think I can do you better than folding laundry.
It smells incredible in here.
Awesome, let's see what we got. I've got some oil, butter, and garlic pasta that we just threw together here. And we're gonna finish it with some fresh parsley. And I went ahead and seared up a couple of ribeyes to go with our pasta. Is that okay?
That sounds great.
All right. We're just gonna hit this with some fresh Parmesan cheese. If you don't have Parmesan cheese, you can definitely omit it. That's an optional thing. We're just gonna toss this all together here. And as you can see, this is a quick and easy dinner. Pair it with a salad. You don't even need a protein. It is so delicious on its own. Or you could saute some shrimp, grill up, or do some oven baked chicken. We're gonna get our pasta on here. Now I'm gonna slice up our ribeye, find out which way the grain is going, and I'm gonna slice it against the grain. Let's see what she looks like. Medium rare. Got a cool red center, is that okay?
Perfect.
Of course, if you like yours medium or medium well, just go a little bit longer than 3 minutes on each side, depending on the thickness of your steak. Plate our steak here. Get some steak here on this one. Top it with a little more parsley, a little more Parmesan cheese, and just a pinch more of crushed red pepper. You ready?
I'm ready.
Got a fork and a knife, let's dive in. We've got oil, butter, and garlic pasta. It went from the pantry to the table in about 10 minutes.
Wow.
And we've got a seared ribeye steak to go with it.
It smells and looks incredible, John. It tastes even better.
Let's get into these noodles. It's so good. The chew back from the noodle is just enough. It's perfectly al dente. You've got a good amount of heat at the back of the throat from that crushed red pepper. You've got the toasted garlic taste. It's not burnt, but it's not harsh and abrasive like raw garlic. It's definitely toasted and mellowed out, but a full garlic flavor. It's salty, peppery, just enough. This is the perfect weeknight meal when you don't know what to cook.
This is so good, John. Way better than doing laundry, for sure.
Isaac, I am so glad that you got to come down to the House of Plenty and eat this. Now, unfortunately, you'll have to go back and fold your laundry a little bit later, but I think that this is a good momentary pause in the routine task of laundry, don't you?
Yes, I'm so thankful that you invited me down and I could enjoy this amazing food you've been cooking.
Well, we're glad that you came here too, to the House of Plenty Studio Kitchen. We're gonna get back to eating, but before we do, I just wanted to let you know, this recipe is available in a downloadable recipe pack, and the link to that is in the description below the video. Included in that recipe pack is a bunch of other recipes that will come together to create the perfect Italian dinner for you and your family or your friends. So we thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, would you like and subscribe and maybe even share it with a friend or two. But until then, we're gonna dig back in. Come back and see us.